their forward player. Look at this. Found a way through again.
Leaves it, and it's touched on the far side.
Universally, sports, by their very nature, encourage participation. It is an activity or set of activities that involve physical and mental exertion and skills which an individual or team deploys to compete against another or others for honors, either as entertainment or as a job according to set rules of engagement. The positive value of sports in job and wealth creation, the promotion of education, physical and mental health, as well as peace, national, regional and international cohesion cannot be overemphasized.
Sports goes very well with education, primarily because from sports and extracurricular activities, students can develop themselves. The benefits of sports, an athlete or a sporting student, are enormous. It develops you mentally and physically. It also develops you academically as well. It builds team spirit.
Sports also teach the fundamental values of effort and how to manage essential steps in life, such as victory and defeat. For a very long time, Delta State has been in the forefront of churning out star athletes who won many laurels for Nigeria in international competitions. However, in recent times, the state experienced a downturn in her sports fortunes, no thanks to prolonged decay of sporting facilities. Fortunately, all that is set to change as the OKOWA-led administration has initiated programs and projects to reverse the ugly trend. Shifting the gear to drive, the government has embarked on the completion of the Stephen Keshi Stadium in Asaba, where native talents will be groomed and nurtured.
When this stadium is finally completed, it's going to be a great edifice.
The completion of the edifice is also preparatory to hosting the 2018 Confederation of African Athletics CAA African Senior Athletics Championship later in the year. The facility, which was far from playing host to athletes, is now almost ready to host the world.
If the state government were selfish, we won't go to the extent of providing such quality materials to do such job.
The football field and a host of other facilities are getting fast-tracked attention as they are expected to be completed soon. Their tartan tracks will be laid as soon as the concrete works are completed.
When SSLC came about 2 months ago, the thing that was done is not up to this point. Then we just started planting the pitch. Because the pitch is about 38 lines. We just started planting about 3-4 lines, and even the SSLC was happy. In his word, he said the pitch is getting ready, and I believe by now, if he comes back, not just the pitch is just ready, but you can play football on it. And this pitch is just 2 months and 1 week.
In terms of quality, our smart governor believes in quality. You can see he takes his time personally to go around the projects in the states. And if you can see what we're doing, from what you have seen, quality is 100%.
Not long ago, the Minister of Sports, Solomon Dalong, in company of Governor OKOWA, visited the facility to witness firsthand the progress of work.
I was in this state. I said, can Delta be able to meet the deadline? But when I decided to visit today, Delta has sprung their normal surprises. What I've seen here is quite encouraging. I'm hopeful that His Excellency and his team of officials who are working on this project will be able to deliver on time.
We are definitely very committed. You can see the work pace. Funding is not a challenge because it's a well-structured private financing that we are doing in here. Every other facility beyond that is in the contract here that needs to be put in place, we definitely are going to take them as priorities.
Since then, the governor has made several follow-up visits to make sure things are moving according to plan. Governor OKOWA, during his latest visit, reassured all that the facility will be ready for the CAA meet and other sports activities.
You'll see that there's a lot that has really taken place. You can see a lot of work is going on in there. And I believe that we just came in about a month plus ago, and if they could do all this in 1 month, in another 1 month when we come in, I think we can see a lot. And you can see that the pitch itself has taken a full shape now. It was not so when we came. But I hope that, give or take, by the middle of June, we should be out of this place.
Welcome to Delta. My Delta, my Delta. Welcome to Delta. My Delta, my Delta. Come live in Delta. Come invest in Delta. Come explore the potentials of our state. Come live in Delta. Come invest in Delta. Come explore the potentials of our state.
Prior to these inspections, the governor had played host to the president of CAA, Colonel Ahmed Galkaba Milbai-Jim, and his delegation, which included Chief Solomon Ogba, where he presented a letter of acceptance to host the CAA. Every action of the governor has been hinged on his pronouncement on that day.
Developing sports needs to give the opportunity to the young people to discover the elites of that sport, but also to have the opportunity to watch events. That's why I decided with Solomon Ogba to bring the flagship of our event in the CAA here next year in Asaba.
Athletics is such that it's an area, it may not be the way people look at it as loved as football. It's an aspect of sports that can actually engage so many of our youths, and this is the kind of thing we should try to encourage. Down here in this state, I've told them that it's not about catching the big names or buying athletes. I told them I'm not ready to buy any athletes anywhere, develop them from the very start and grow them up.
That Delta State means business in sports is not in doubt. Only recently, Governor Ifeanyi Okowa assisted the management of the Delta State Polytechnic Ozoro to complete her ultra-modern 14,000 capacity stadium with 9-lane tartan tracks, which the governor commissioned.
Give thanks to God for enabling this structure to be so beautiful. To God be the glory.
In this venue, the state hosted the 6th Sports Festival, where lots of young Deltans showcased their skills in athletics. Not long after the sports festival, the venue also hosted the finals of the maiden edition of the newly resuscitated and better organized Principal's Cup, a football event which became a watershed for the discovery of many football talents who played for the Green Eagles, now Super Eagles of Nigeria. Senator Okowa kicked off the competition with his now famous left foot shot. Elated at the development, Governor Ifeanyi Okowa, among other laudable points made, said it was the desire of his administration to constantly maintain a leading role in sporting activities through the grooming of future champions from primary school levels. In this regard, the administration has directed schools to develop their sports facilities.
I believe that we must continue to use sports to develop our youths, and we must continue to use sports to engender peace and to ensure that our people are united.
We're going down to the very basics so that we can start with them, grow with them, nurture them. So I believe we're definitely doing the right thing. I don't think anyone can fault us. This will definitely pay dividends in future.
We're excited about Delta Zenith Delta Principal's Cup. It was an idea that the commissioner came to us and said he wanted to reactivate this thing. And we said, let's look at it. And we looked at it, and to tell you the truth, since we started this, we've never regretted starting it. So we're planning to take it to the next level.
Ex-Nigeria internationals of Delta State extraction, their friends, among others, spiced up the event.
This is good for the state, for the government support. It shows the man is committed, to making sports number one in the country. I believe we should commend him for supporting Zenith Bank for sponsoring this event. This is where we all came out from. You have to have grassroots football. You have to have college football, high school football. And with the facilities I've seen here, I think it's a nice one that will make these boys remember today. And that's what this tournament is all about.
Grassroots sports is where we have to start from. That's where we can pick these boys young. This was what was happening in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, especially the thick periods of Nigerian football.
There used to be those days where we have 6, 7 players from Delta State that are in the national team, and all of a sudden the numbers start going down. So this kind of program is to start bringing those back again, and that is having these youths to showcase themselves and having ex-internationals who are also coaches to come around and scout around for the young ones, recommend them to relevant clubs and see if they can start up a career.
Delta State, back in the days, was known for producing excellent sportsmen. That has dwindled in the last couple of years. And I'm hoping that, with this, what we are witnessing here today, and what we are going to witness in the future, which is Sport Club, that all of that accolades in the past will start to come back once again.
With the Principal's Cup now in its 2nd edition this year, prior to its kickoff, its sponsors in a press conference spoke about their objectives and vision for the initiative.
The Principal's Cup project in Delta State is part of the bank's social responsibility to support the state government, bring back sports to schools through school initiative. On the whole, the best ways to support the youth are through sports and education.
The initiative was also commended by others, emphasizing that grassroots development was the way to go. The question why the government under the watch of Governor Ifeanyi Okowa is in a hurry to complete the construction of Stephen Keshi Stadium, Asaba, was perhaps answered way back in 2016 when the state's contingent to the National Youth Games in Ilorin, Kwara State clinched the overall first position with a total of 26 medals. A breakdown shows it won 9 gold, 7 silver, and 10 bronze medals.
And the gold medal, Abanu Pelu from Delta City, with a time of 28.417.
This feat was achieved without top-notch facilities in place. However, this will be history at the completion of the Stephen Keshi Stadium and other sports facilities in the state.
Come live in Delta, come invest in Delta, come explore the potentials of our state. Oh, 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 you are welcome, welcome to Delta State. You are welcome, our state is full and well secured. You are welcome, our state we got the black gold. You are welcome, our eyes is always on the prize. You are welcome, welcome to Delta State. You are welcome, our state is full and well secured. You are welcome, we feel we hope and promises.
To underscore the seriousness, Delta is ready to tap into the groundswell of opportunities and recognition that come with doing well in sports is further buttressed by the fact that the state is tapping from experiences of her retired international sports icons to groom the younger ones. A good example is the Summer Tennis Clinic for Children organized by ex-tennis star Nduka Duke Odizo in collaboration with the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education and the State Tennis Association. While lauding the organizers, Governor Okowa noted that there were many talents out there waiting to be discovered.
So many of us have talents in us that sometimes dies in us because nobody has been able to bring out that talent from inside us. But I believe that through this tennis clinic, we'll be able to discover the young foreign talents and then to find ways of proving them up, to be able to utilize their skills for the good of the family and for the good of the state and the nation.
What we have done here is really monumental, but if we don't have sustainability of the project, it's not going to work. Consequently, I want to probably do this at least 3 to 4 times a year.
The potentials of Delta State in sports can be described as a bottomless pit of talents waiting to be tapped. For instance, Cephas Okubo, who is only 13, says he wants to become a champion in table tennis.
I hope to be a good table tennis player. I hope to be a champion. I hope to win many medals.
In basketball, these young athletes are training hard, preparing for competitions to come. They are happy, but need more government support.
I see basketball in Delta State going to higher heights. Sky is not the limit. It's going above the sky in the next 4 years.
It makes people to have a better future by traveling outside, going different places, playing different competitions.
What we are trying to do, we are trying to see how we can get even people from outside to come, and invest in us, because we know we have the talent here in Delta State. Delta State are proving time after time, especially in the National Sports Festival, that we have the best teams, and we have the best teams in Nigeria, not just only in Nigeria, all over the place. If you check a lot of the basketball players that are even playing outside Nigeria, a lot of them played in Delta State.
Deltans, Governor OKOWA is working, and we are saying it. God gave us a governor whose divine intervention in addressing the state's security, political and economic challenges is yielding good results for the benefits of all. This Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa-led administration from inception has awarded and built many schools, too numerous to mention, many roads across the 25 local government areas, construction of drainages, which is seriously tackling the flood challenges across the state, many hospitals with modern facilities and healthcare services. That is not all. Thousands of youths have been trained and empowered across the 3 senatorial districts of the state. Peace and security with democratic equity brought by this administration has restored our investors' confidence in Delta State. Deltans, let's support this administration for more democratic dividends.
6, 7, 8.
The same kind of determination is found in those in kickboxing who are combining sports with education, often described as a good mix.
Kickboxing, 3 times, I said 3 times national champion. As you can see our stadium, we like what's going on. We want to give credence to the governor of the state. They've done a lot and they are doing a lot. But I, as a sportsman, I'd want them to do more than they are doing.
Weightlifting is not left out. While the athletes and coaches commend the state government for all they have done so far for them, they however want more government support.
Delta State, they have been trying to help us and to encourage us to train very well. As you can see, here is our gym. So we have equipment, we have weights, we have barbell, we have many things that we can use to train. I've represent Nigeria, I've been to Commonwealth, I've been to all African Games.
From beginning, I was aware that the state is full of talent. So I was everywhere, every now and then, going around the streets and towns looking for talent. Well, so far, this is where we have come, because it's not been easy anyway.
There are other Deltans in the diaspora who are good ambassadors of the state in their chosen sports. There are the likes of Ekufu Loveth Patra, who is a champion in kickboxing. Also, there is Guts Power Ipiti, who was one-time African champion in wrestling. On their visit home, they came with their trophies to Government House Asaba to serve as motivation to younger ones.
Due to my achievement in sports, I was promoted from the rank of a constable to an inspector of police by the former NDP, Michael Field. That was in 2007. As if that wasn't enough, I put in more effort. The rank gave me more motivation mentioned, I was able to gather 5 more international world champions.
It's a role model for many of our teammates who are out there in the field feeling defeated by life. And you can rightly say from the streets, she is where she is today, being celebrated nationally and internationally, and only just now being known by her state. But the real thing is, she's worked hard, believing that with God and with her self-will, that it was possible.
We appreciate all you have been doing for the state, and good things are happening in your tenure. It gave me faith to say thank to you, to your government, because I've been in this game for a couple of years. I traveled to Cameroon, and I also thank Excellency Khadiza Mustafa, who came to my aid when I sustained injury during my championship.
Aside the purposes of competing, the government, in collaboration with well-meaning individuals, engage in grassroots sports to promote peace. This is because very few medium have the power to engage, inspire, and bring together young people as sports do. A good example is the annual Utwama Peace Cup, sponsored by one-time Deputy Governor Professor Amos Utwama, and the recently held Chief James Ibori Under-17 Football Cup competition. There is also the Ika South versus Ika Northeast, as well as Owalero annual grassroots football competition.
I truly appreciate the level of football that we have, and I believe that we must continue to encourage our youths. And what they have done this afternoon is helping the youth to develop their talent, and I hope that as they do this, that they will continue to relate with the Sports Commission of the Delta State, so that we can continue to pick up those youths who are doing very well, especially in sporting activities.
The youths of this state, even not only of this state, youths all over the world, it is proper we give them a certain assignment, particularly sports. Those of them who are the zeal, if you engage them in one activity or the other towards sports, it will gear their attention towards good things. That mind of planning evils, going out to smoke, going out to take Tradon and all those drugs that do not help children, that make them to do otherwise, their mind will be diverted from there.
Delta is a sport-loving state. We've always had sport-loving governors, right from the period of His Excellency Chief James Onanefe Ibori, with the stadia that he built everywhere, the development, sport development, young people that got engaged. And the present governor has taken over that feat. That is why you can see that Delta State is one breeding ground for sports men and women all over the nation.
Dr. Okowa's interest in sports can be underscored in his interest first in developing the stadium, that's the Polytechnic Ozoro, when it came in, and then to the completion of the stadium at Asaba, and then the issue of hosting of athletics in Asaba in the future more time. So I think this is a positive development. It is in consonance with the smart agenda of excellency, because until human beings are developed, they can be productive.
Delta State government's commitment to sports development was once again re-emphasized by Governor Okowa when he received homeboy Amaju Pinnick after his election as executive member of the Confederation of African Football (CAF). Pinnick is also the president of the NFF.
I've come to say a big thank you to you. And immediately I told you thank you, but I felt it wasn't enough. If everybody can come out to say what you do for them. Developing Delta State is not developing just infrastructure, you are developing human capacity. You are making us achieve our ultimate goal in life. When I came here to talk to you, you congratulated me about my appointment into the most important committee of world football, the organizing committee for FIFA competition, which has only 20 members from all over the world, with only 3 members from Africa.
We give glory to God. We must congratulate you on this very rare achievement, and even your membership of the organizing committee of FIFA. I congratulate you on that also. But I also believe that if you were not part of the process that led to the achievement of you on the opposing side, they wouldn't appoint you to that place. So we must thank you for having the foresight.
To crown the recognition of OKOWA'S efforts in sports development in Delta State, he was recently invited to present awards to deserving personalities at the NFF Merit Awards. With the many steps taken by the Delta State government under Governor Okowa to collaborate with corporate citizens in developing sports facilities in secondary schools and grassroots levels under the aegis of Youth Scholar Athletes Development Project, Delta State stands to regain her glory days as supplier of time-tested athletes and champions in Nigeria and on the international stage.
You better run, come to Delta State. Come and see the good things where OKOWA they do. You better run, come to Delta State. Come and see the good things where OKOWA they do. I see your job and work creation in Delta. Make the youth say them highlight OKOWA. I see good roads everywhere in Delta. Make the people say them cold.